All right. So, welcome, my friends. Hello, welcome to another integrative wellness class with Jason Gorenstein. Hi, my name is Jason Gorenstein, and this is our integrative wellness class. Today is Thursday, July the 2nd, 2020. The time is just a minute past 3, and I hope that you're having a wonderful day today. I see as a check in to Dan and Gail. Welcome. Oh, and also Madonna. This is so nice. Really nice crew that we have here. As always, I love to see you guys in class, Dan and Gail. It's been incredible, and thank you as well, really, to have you guys to just practice with and to hold space with. It's been amazing for me. So I wanted to thank you guys once again. And Madonna, always a pleasure. So nice to see you here. You were missed in a class, I believe, earlier, and I'm so happy that you're here. So I hope that you guys are having a great day, and let's begin our practice. Without further ado, let's begin standing, and we're just going to take some gentle stretches here. So arms are open up out to the sides, and the palms are facing the center of the room, and just allow that breath to be long and slow here. So you'll begin to breathe, let the chest be open, let the breath be long and slow. And then take your left hand over top your head and just release your left ear to the left shoulder. Allow your right arm to extend out to your side and breathe here. Good. And as you feel ready, taking your right hand over the top of your head and releasing your right ear over to your left, or over to your right shoulder rather. And just breathing into the chest. So this is a great way to start out practice. A couple of neck stretches, if you will. Take your hands behind the head. And I'd like you to press your head back towards those hands as you draw the elbows towards one another. Good, and then take your hands in front of your head and release your head on down towards the hands as you release your head on down. Perfect. And then you'll take your hands and you'll extend your fingers and press them up towards the ceiling here. And reach your fingers over to the right side of the room. And find your way back to center. And reach your fingers over to the left side of the room. And find your way back to center. And then you'll take your hands and interlace your fingers back behind you now. So take those fingers and interlace them back behind you. And just begin to allow your elbows to draw towards one another. So as you press your fingers together, let the elbows draw in towards one another. And then just let bring both hands over, both palms over towards the right side of the body. And then one more time, just release the head over to the right. Nice little long neck stretch. And then as you feel ready, come back to center. Bring your hands over to the other side and release your head over towards your left. And back to center here. Good. And interlace your fingers. Press your palms forward. Raise your arms up towards the ceiling here. And as you exhale, hinge at your hips and fold all the way down to the mat. So as you fold down to the mat, take your right thumb into the left elbow crease. Take your left thumb into the right elbow crease. And just let the body release here. Let the weight shift forward from the heels to the toes. And breathing here as you begin to move those elbows over to your left. And back to center again, and moving your elbows over to your right. And back to center again. Now take your hands, interlace your hands behind your back, raise your arms up towards the ceiling here, and breathe. And as you inhale, lift the chest on up and find your way back up to standing. Spread across the fingers here. Take the fingers into the center chest. Press your fingers forward in front of you. Raise your arms all the way up towards the ceiling. So once again here, glide your fingers over to the right. And back to center again. And glide your fingers over to the left. And back to center again. And one more time, take your left hand, place it over your head, and just draw your left ear to the left shoulder. Breathe into the right side of the body, right side body stretch. And back to center again, and let's take the other side. Nice. So we're doing a couple of these neck stretches today just to begin to stretch out the neck muscles. I don't know about you, but I've needed some neck stretching lately. And then again, you're going to just begin to roll. We haven't done this yet. Rolling the shoulders towards the ears. Drawing the shoulders forward, in and up, and releasing them on down. Forward, in and up, and down. Forward, in and up, and releasing them down. And forward, in and up, and down. Good. And then from here, you're just going to begin to move your arms forwards and backwards just to release any tension in your shoulders. So this is one of those exercises where it's very simple, but it's also an exercise that requires a sense of relaxation. So even though you're swinging your arms back and forth, your feet are being glued down to the earth. And as you glue your feet down to the earth, you're able to kind of relax your shoulders a little bit more. You can bounce the knees if you'd like a little bit here. And this is called rocking forwards and backwards motions, just like it's a gentle exercise that we do just to increase blood flow in the hands and blood flow in the feet. That's it. And then as you feel ready here, take your hands, glide your hands down to the feet, and release the head on down. And breathe here. And breathe with the head all the way coming down towards the floor. And releasing all the way down. Let that weight go down. Let the breath go here. Good. And then as you feel ready, take your hands and glide them over towards your left leg. I'd actually place my hands on my left leg, left shin, and just breathe here. Really nice stretch along the right side of the body, left side of the body. Back to center again. Take your hands over to the other side. And breathing here. Good, and back to center again. Now take your hands to your hips, press down through your low back, inhale, peel up the chest, and find your way back up to standing. Spread across the fingers here, and just continue to breathe. Now, squeeze your fingers in, gentle fist, and exhale, open up the palms. Squeeze your fingers in, gentle fist, exhale, open up the palms. Squeeze your fingers in, gentle fist, exhale, open up the palms. And squeeze those fingers in, gentle fist, exhale, open up the palms. Take your hands over to your shoulders and just begin to move your shoulders around in circles here. And moving those shoulders around as you breathe here. And then moving in the opposite direction. Moving those shoulders forward, elbows moving towards each other. Good. And then as you feel ready here, you're going to take your left hand and place it over your head. And roll your ear over towards the left side. Extend that right arm out and breathe. And again, other side. So, like I said, we're doing lots of stretches today along the neck. And I hope that you guys are enjoying these neck stretches. Alright, and back to center again. Good. And then from here, bending those knees once again and just letting the weight sink down into those feet. We're going to move slowly here with those arms. Inhale, float the arms up as you straighten the legs. Exhale, bending the knees and releasing those hands on down. Inhale, floating the arms up as you straighten the legs. Exhale, floating the hands on down as you bend those knees. Inhale, straightening the legs as you lift the arms. Exhale, bending those knees and releasing on down. Inhale, floating the arms up. Exhale, releasing the hands on down. 2 more times. So inhale, floating up. Exhale, releasing on down. And inhale, floating on up. And exhale, releasing on down. Good. And then from here, as you feel ready, step the feet wider apart. And begin to see that your feet are pressing down into the mat. Now turn both feet over to the right. Press down through the left outer foot. Press down through the right foot. Hinge at that right hip and take your right hand to the right shin. So I'd recommend for most students to bend the right knee here. And the reason why you bend the right knee is because when you bend the right knee, it protects the hip and it actually protects the knee as well. So I'd recommend you guys to bend your knee if you can. And then if you want, you can lift your left arm up towards the ceiling. This is called triangle pose. Triangle pose. Breathe into the hips, breathe into the chest, and lift up through that left fingers. All right, take the left hand, bring it to the left hip, and take the right hand and bring it to the right. Now turn your right foot in, turn your left foot out, and again, you'll put a bend in that left knee, and you'll bring your left hand down the left leg. So I'd recommend, once again, bending into that left knee. And as you bend into that left knee, lift the chest, lift the heart, lift the sternum, and just breathe here. Breathe into this stretch. Allow the left ball of the foot to press down, allow the left outer hip to draw back. Press down through the right foot, and allow that chest to open up. Now take your right arm, maybe extend your right fingers all the way up towards the ceiling here, and spread those shoulders across the back of the spine. Good. Inhale, float that right arm up. Take your hands to your hips. Turn your feet back on in, and then step your feet back together. So the palms open up here, and we breathe. And as you interlace the fingers here, you'll press the palms forward in front of you and raise the arms up towards the ceiling. As you raise the fingers up towards the ceiling, glide the fingers over towards the right, and back to center again. And gliding the fingers over to the left, and back to center again. And then as you exhale here, release all the way down to the mat, and just release that head all the way down. And breathe here. Cross your right thumb into your left elbow, bring your left thumb into the right elbow. Again, let the body weight travel down towards the legs. Just release that head on down. You could bend the knees if you want. Breathing into the back muscles. And then taking the hands to the low back, inhale, peeling up your chest and finding your way back into a standing posture. Okay, so this is just a chi clearing exercise. So you're going to take your right hand and you're going to glide your right hand up above your head and you're going to push the left fingers down to the mat. You're going to spin the fingers to face one another and then glide the fingers past each other. Inhale, floating the left arm up as you press down through the right fingers. So take the fingers to face one another and glide the fingers across again. Inhale, floating the right arm up. Exhale, pushing the left palm down. Turning the fingers to face one another and then bringing the fingers past each other. Once again, left arm extends on up and right arm extends on down. Gliding the fingers past each other and then back to center again. Now, you'll do the same exercise except this time you're going to open the palms out to the sides. And then you exhale, you bring the hands back into the center chest. Inhale, floating the arms out to the sides, breathing in here. Exhale, bringing the hands back in towards the center chest. Inhale, floating the palms out and away. Exhale, bringing the hands into the center chest. Inhale, floating the arms out and away. Exhale, bringing the hands into the center chest. One more time, inhale, floating the hands out and away. Exhale, bringing the hands to the center chest. Good. Okay, so from here, take your hands to your hips, and you're just going to glide all the way to your left leg, and you're going to just lift your right toes off the floor, so you're on your right heel. And then you're going to place that right foot on down. You're going to shift all the weight over towards the right, and you're going to lift up, so you're just balancing on your left heel this time. So left heel is pressing down, left toes are lifting up. And back to center again. So shift over, lift up, see that your right toes are lifted, see that the right heel is pressing down. And then as you feel ready, glide on back to center, and we take the other side. So this time now, you lift up the left toes and you bend deeply into the right knee this time. You breathe on here into that leg as you continue to breathe once again. Glide on back to center this time and shift over to the other side. Lift up those right toes and breathe into your left leg. Okay, now shift over back to center and shift over to the other side. Lift up that left leg and come back to center again. Good. All right, so from here, interlace your fingers. Press your palms forward in front of you. Raise your fingers up all the way to the ceiling here. And as you exhale, you're going to round the spine now. You're going to look at the belly button. You're going to round the spine. Inhale, floating those arms up and above the head, lifting through the chest, heart, and sternum. And as you exhale, you're going to round the spine here. Look at that belly and round the spine. Inhale, lifting up, chest, heart, and sternum. And as you exhale, you're going to round the spine here. You're going to round the spine and just look on down. One more time. Inhale, floating those arms up and lifting those arms up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, gliding those hands back behind you and interlacing the fingers here. So now as you pull the fingers down, lift that chest on up. And as you exhale, hinge those hips and find your way into a forward fold. And as you forward fold here, keep wrapping your outer upper arms in and breathing into those back muscles as you release the head on down. Now inhale, lifting up through the chest, the heart, the sternum. Opening the palms out to the sides and just begin to rock from side to side, left and right. So now, what I'm doing is I'm touching my thumbs to my pointer fingers, and then I inhale, I open my fingers up. And I touch my thumbs to my middle fingers, and I inhale, I open the fingers up. I touch my thumbs onto my pointer fingers, I inhale, open the fingers up. Touch my thumbs onto my pinky fingers, inhale, open the fingers up. And then you move back and open, and touch, and open, and touch, and open, and touch, and open, and touch, and open. Keep moving, and touch, and open, touch, open, touch, and open. Good. All right, so once again, we're going to raise the arms up above our head. Interlace your thumbs this time, and just begin to glide your hands slightly over to your right. Back to center with those arms, and glide the hands over towards your left. Back to center with those arms, and look up towards the palms. And then as you exhale, just gliding those hands back down to your sides. Good. So inhale, float those arms up towards the ceiling. And exhale, gliding those hands on down. Inhale, floating those arms up towards the ceiling. And exhale, gliding those hands on down. Inhale, floating those arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, gliding those hands down. Inhale, floating those arms up towards the ceiling. And exhale, gliding those hands down. Good. So now, let's take a nice stretch of the shoulder. You're going to take your left hand and bring it to the left elbow. You're going to take your right hand, bring it to the left elbow, and you're just going to hold the hand over the top of that elbow. And you're going to breathe here. You're going to breathe into that shoulder. You're going to breathe into the left armpit. You're going to breathe into the left side of the chest. Good, and continue to feel that elongation all the way through the left shoulder here. And then you change sides. You take the left hand this time, and you bring the left hand over the right elbow, and you begin to move back and forth here as you bring the right elbow down the back body. So breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in and breathing out. All right. So let's take those hands again and squeeze the fingers in and open the palms on up. Squeeze your fingers in. Open your palms on up. Squeezing in those fingers and open the palms on up. Squeezing in the fingers and opening the palms on up. So now let's take our hands to our hips and just start to move your hips in circles. So we've done this many times before, these hip circles, and it's a great way to just find our way into our feet. As you move these hips in circles, just begin to rotate here along your axes and continuing to breathe here as you move from right to left. And eventually as you come back to center, you'll revolve to the other side. And moving those hips. And moving those hips. And moving those hips. And moving those hips. Good. And now, as you feel ready, you're going to take your hands and you're going to bring your hands down to the mat. We're not quite going to be doing a full ground series quite yet, but I'd like you to just start to kind of move a little bit between cat and cow. So as you inhale, peel up your chest here. As you exhale, rounding across your spine. As you inhale, peeling the chest forward and up, and as you exhale, rounding across your spine. Inhale, peeling your chest forward. Exhale, rounding through the spine. Inhale, peeling your chest forward. And exhale, rounding through the spine. Now tuck your toes underneath. Press down through your fingers and your toes. And then eventually find your way back into a downward facing dog pose. So lift your inner forearms up and wrap your outer armpits in. And breathe here as you continue to release that head down to the mat. Now continue to move your hips from right to left. And from right to left. And from right to left. And then eventually release these knees on down to the mat. You'll take your right leg, you'll extend your right leg back, and you'll press down through the hands. And just begin to curl that belly in as you look down towards the belly button. Inhale, floating the chest forward and up. Exhale, rounding the spine. Inhale, floating the chest forward and up. Exhale, rounding the spine. One more time. Inhale, floating the chest forward and up. Exhale, rounding the spine. And this time just releasing the right knee to meet the left. So take your left foot back now and press down to the left ball of the foot. And inhale, floating the chest forward and up. And exhale, rounding across the spine. Inhale, floating your chest forward and up. Exhale, rounding the spine. Inhale, floating your chest forward and up. Exhale, rounding the spine. Lower that left knee on down. Tuck the toes underneath. Lift the legs on up and find your way back into downward facing dog. And again, downward facing dog pose. Release the head down to the mat and breathe here. Walk these feet forward towards the hands and come into a forward fold again. So release the hands down to the mat and just let that head hang. And you can a couple of times just gesture a yes motion. You can a couple of times gesture a no motion just to create some movement and stability in the neck. Now take your hands to your hips and inhale. Lift that chest all the way up. Spread across the fingers. Firm the outer upper arms in. And breathe here. Good. Alright. So interlace the fingers at the center chest. Press your palms forward in front of you. Raise your fingers all the way up towards the ceiling here. And glide your fingers over towards your left and back to center again. And glide your fingers over towards your right and back to center again. And release your fingers back behind you. Interlace the fingers all the way back behind. And do a forward fold here as you release that head all the way down to the floor. Now, release the chest, release the head, and breathe here. And inhale, lift the chest on up, and raise up through the sternum. Interlace the fingers once again, lift those arms all the way up towards the ceiling. And this is another one of my favorite stretches. So you're going to bend those knees, you're going to bring your hands down to the floor, you're going to inhale, scoop up, and raise the arms up above the head, okay? So let's do that again. So let's bend the knees. Grab the hands, scoop on up, and raise the arms out and above the head. One more time. Bend the knees, grab hold of the ground. Inhale, lifting up and scooping up as you raise the fingers up across the head. And then just start to rotate your left hip and right hip here. So rotating back and forth. And we're not, if you're against twisting, I know some of you twisting may be an issue, just go very slowly. You don't have to twist too much, but as much or as little as you need. I think that a little bit of twisting is okay, but not a tremendous amount, if that makes any sense. Okay. And then from here, Roll the shoulders in towards the ears, and then draw the elbows back and open the palms. So squeeze the fingers in, lift the elbows up, and then draw the shoulders back as you open up the palms. Drawing forward, lifting up here, and opening up the palms. One more time. Drawing forward, lifting up here, and rolling open up against the palms. Okay, so now, from here, you're going to take your hands to your hips, step your left foot forward, step your right leg back, and bend deeply into that left knee. So this is a really nice exercise to bend and straighten that left leg. So you're going to straighten the left leg, and you'll bend into that left knee. You'll straighten the left leg, you'll bend the left knee. Straighten the left leg, and bend that left knee. Straighten the left leg, and bend the left knee. All right, straighten that left leg, turn back to center, and let's go to the other side. So now, bending the right knee, and straightening the right leg. Bending the right knee, and straightening the right leg. Bending the right knee, straightening the right leg. Bending right knee, straightening right leg. So let's turn back to center once again and step our feet back together. Open up the palms, open up the chest, and breathe here, Tadasana pose. So as you stay in Tadasana pose, just start to feel into your feet. Sometimes I like to rock forwards and backwards here just so I can sense into my feet. Notice your calves. Feel both of your shins. Notice your thighs. And feel the buttocks flush. Allow the buttocks to lengthen towards the heels. Allow that belly to hug on in. And breathe here as you lift through the sternum and spread across your shoulders. So you continue to spread across the fingers here and lift up through the top of the chest. And as you feel ready, float the arms up and over your head. Good. And as you exhale, glide those fingers forward and next to your sides. So inhale, floating those arms up and raising them up and over the head. And as you exhale here, glide those fingers back and out to your sides. One more time. Inhale, floating those arms forward and raising the fingers on up. And as you exhale, glide those fingers back and arms come next to your sides. So interlace the fingers behind the back and forward fold right here. And raise your arms up above your head if you'd like once again. Now lift the chest up, heart up, and sternum up, and take the arms back down to your sides. Interlace your fingers in front of your chest and press your palms forward in front of you. Raise your fingers up towards the ceiling and breathe here. Perfect. And then as you feel ready, one more time, exhale and forward fold. Release the head on down, close the eyes, and breathe. So as you forward fold here, release your head down and just let the body release all the way down with gravity. So you can place your hands to the floor, you can place your hands on your shins. Wherever your hands fall, just let your hands rest naturally. And again, take your hands over towards your right shin and breathe here. Then take your hands over to your left shin and breathe here. And take your hands back to center and release your hands all the way down. And then take your hands to your hips, press to the feet, and lift your chest all the way up. Nice. All right. So inhale, float your right arm up. And exhale, float your right hand down. Inhale, float your left arm up. And exhale, float your left hand down. Inhale, float your right arm up. And exhale, float your right hand down. Inhale, float your left arm up. Exhale, float your left hand down. So remember, guys, this is kind of like our karate chop exercise. So you're going to take your hands, lift them up like this, bring them out to your sides. Bend into your right knee this time, and just let your hands come down like this. Inhale, straighten that leg, and take your feet back to center. Actually, we'll do it a few times on the other side, so I'll show you. So you'll step the left foot out to an angle, you'll bend into that knee, and you'll release the hands. You'll inhale, straighten the arms up, You'll exhale, you'll bend again. Good. Okay. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, bending a third time. Okay, so now we'll come back to center. So inhale, straightening up, and exhale, bringing down. So we're going to do this again to the other side. So turn the right foot out. Bend the right knee as you bring the hands down. Inhale, straighten that leg, and exhale, bending that knee again. Inhale, straightening that leg, and exhale, bending that knee. One more time, straightening that leg, stepping your right foot back into center. Left. Bending your left knee out, and bringing your hands down. Straightening the left leg, and bringing your hands back up. Bending your left knee, and bringing your hands down. Straightening that left leg, and bringing your hands back up. One more time. Bending your left knee, bringing your hands down. Straightening the left leg, and stepping back into center. Excellent. All right, so once again, this little stretch as we begin to bend and we lift up from the ground. We raise that up into the air. Good, and then we bend down once again. And we raise up into the air 5 times. We bend down again. And we raise this up into the air. And we bend down again. And we raise it up into the air one more time. Bend on down, my friends. And lift it up into the air. Perfect. Okay. So now from here, we're going to take our hands to our hips and we're going to step our feet wide apart again. Let's spin both of our feet over the right side this time and bend into that right knee. And then what I'm going to have you guys do is I'm going to have you actually release your hands down to the mat, lower the left knee down, step the right leg back, and we're back in tabletop pose. I know, interesting way to get there, but I wanted to go to tabletop pose. So as you feel ready, inhale, lifting the chest on up. Exhale, rounding across the shoulders. Inhale, lifting the chest on up. And exhale, rounding across the spine. Inhale, lengthening through the chest. Exhale, rounding through the spine. Inhale, lifting through the chest. Exhale, rounding through the spine. Good. All right. Inhale, lengthening through the chest. And this time, taking your right arm underneath and releasing your right hand down as you take your left hand behind your back. So opening up here, drawing the hips towards one another, and allowing that chest to open as you continue to breathe here. And then placing your left palm down to the mat. Inhale, pressing all the way up. And as you exhale, let's take a change and let's twist the sides of the pose. So being here for another moment as you move into this twisting pose and just releasing the head down and breathing here for another moment. So pressing down through your hand. Inhale, lifting your way back up. And as you feel ready, just begin to move between cat and cow pose. Inhale, lifting the heart up. Exhale, rounding across the spine. Inhale, lifting the heart up. And exhale, rounding across the spine. Inhale, lifting the heart up. And exhale, rounding across the spine. Inhale, lifting the heart up. And exhale, rounding across the spine. So let's take downward facing dog once again. So pressing back up in a downward facing dog and walking the feet a little bit wider apart. So see that the feet are almost mats with distance apart as you spread across the fingers here. Let that head rest down to the mat and allow those inner forearms to lift on up. And breathe here as you continue to release down through the head. Good. So release your knees down once again and take your legs and place them in front of you. And you're going to bring your feet together here. And we're going to do what we call butterfly pose. So you're going to lower your head down towards the mat and breathe here into your legs. And just see if you can revolve your head from right to left a few times. So I'd actually recommend here, if you guys have blocks and your legs are lifted, maybe to place some blocks under those legs and just release the head down once again. And breathe into the back of the body. And breathing in here. And breathing out. And breathing in. And breathing out.
and breathing in and breathing out and breathing in and breathing out. Good. And then as you feel ready, lifting on up, and we're going to find our way onto our backs. So I have some stretches for you guys that I want to do on the back. We may come back up, but I'd like to do some back work first. So let's start by hugging our right knee into the chest and just breathing here. And just moving the right toes in circles as you do so. And moving the right toes in counter circles as well. Good, and then coming back to center, just relaxing that head down and breathing here again. So taking your right leg and bringing your right foot, right heel, and lifting that right leg all the way up towards the ceiling here. And just begin to breathe into that right leg. Press down through the left foot and allow the eyes to close here as you breathe into the back of that leg. So breathing in here and breathing out and breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out and breathing in and breathing out. So let's take that right leg, bend that right knee, release the right foot on down. Take the left leg, extend the left leg up towards the ceiling and lengthen that left leg on out. So press into the right foot and press into the left foot. And continue to breathe here as you draw the shoulders down to the mat. And allow yourself to breathe as you release that head on down. So press through the right ball of the foot and press through the left thigh. And breathe here as you continue to release and let go. Breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in and breathing out. All right. So then from here, my friends, let's take that foot, let's bring it off. Let's hug the right knee back into the chest and take the right foot over the left thigh. And then as you press the right thigh away from you, this is called thread the needle stretch. You're just going to rotate those right toes again in these minor circles. This is it. Nice. All right. Now, this is one of my favorites. It is a twist, but a very mild twist. So you're going to scoot your hips over to the right, and you're going to let the legs drift all the way over the left. The right foot comes to the floor. The right knee faces the ceiling here. The left foot or left knee is on the floor, and you're breathing again. And breathing in and breathing out and breathing in and breathing out and breathing in and breathing out and breathing in and breathing out. So let's come back to center with these legs. Let's take the right foot on down. Let's hug the left knee into the chest and take the left foot over the right thigh. Press the left thigh away from you. Scoot your hips over to the left and release your legs all the way down to the right again. I'm sorry, to the right this time. We didn't do this. We didn't do this side yet. So this is the first time we're doing this. And release it on down. And breathe here. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. All right, so as you feel ready, you're gonna come back to center. You're gonna release that leg on down. You're gonna hug the knees into the chest. And again, breathing here. So just start to rock your head from right to left or left to right here. Continuing to breathe into the shoulders, neck, and the spine. And then as you feel ready, you're going to kind of roll the knees right and left. And then from here, you're going to take hold of your knees and you're going to move your knees in circles. So you can start by moving your knees away from each other and then back towards each other. And then you can move your knees towards each other and away from each other. So there's a couple of options you guys have. And then once again, you'll move the knees away and towards. And then you'll move the knees towards and away. Nice. So take the left leg, cross it over the right, grab hold of your legs. What I'd recommend here, because I know for most of us this is a difficult stretch to take, just place your hands on top of your knees. That's often what I recommend here. This is supposed to be a hip stretch. Now, if you want more, you could take your hands and grab hold of your shins and just breathe here as you close the eyes and breathe into those legs. And breathe in. And breathe out. 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 So now let's take the legs, we'll recross them the other way. And you'll breathe into those legs and continue to breathe here. Continue to breathe into those legs as you flex your feet again. And as you flex your feet, and draw the knees towards you. And breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. So maybe you're just holding onto the tops of the knees. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. Okay, so now just release that entirely. Roll onto your side and press your way on up. And I'm going to give you guys just a couple more stretches to stretch out those legs. So we're going to start here with our right leg, drawing in towards our chest, just like this. You might want to place a block right on the outer side of that right leg. Take your hands, glide them to the foot, and release that head on down. And breathe here. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. And one more time, breathe in. And one more time, breathe out. So as you inhale, lift the chest up, draw the knee back to center, and we're going to change sides. So the left leg this time, left knee bends, and the left foot comes to the right thigh. And then you glide those hands forward and take them to the foot and release that head on down. And you breathe here. So once again, if you can't grab the foot, it's fine. Just grab hold of your shin or grab hold of your knee and breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And then exhale. All right, so now as you breathe in, lift on up. And take the feet back to center. And once again here, you're going to bring your feet together. So lift up through the chest, heart, and sternum. And as you exhale, forward fold once again. And just continue to breathe here. So very similar to the pose that we just took earlier, this Baddha Konasana, this butterfly pose. Good, and then lift yourself on up. Extend your legs fully forward of you. And then take your legs forward and release the head on down and just forward fold here. So be here for a moment, release that head on down and breathe here. And just release that head down and release. And breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. Okay, guys. So now I think I'm going to take you guys onto your backs. And I want you to place a blanket underneath your head. So place a blanket underneath your head. If you have low back issues, place a blanket underneath your legs. And we're going to do a little bit of self-Reiki care here. So you'll start by taking your hands and placing them over your eyes. And just close your eyes here and breathe and just see if you can relax. So interestingly enough, just the gesture of placing your hands over your eyes is sometimes enough to facilitate the energy of Reiki. And breathing in. And breathing out. And breathing in. And breathing out. Breathing in here. And breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. So now take these hands to the top of the head and close the eyes. And breathe here. And release. And breathe in. And breathe out. 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 Now take these hands and place them right behind the head and continue this process of breathing. And relax the body, relax the eyes, and just relax the brain. And much of our practice here together is just this simple process of watching, simply allowing ourselves to release and to let go. And breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in and breathing out. Now take your hands and place them over your neck and again, breathe here. Breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in and breathe out. And breathing in and breathing out. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. So now the hands are placed over the chest and breathe into the chest region. And this is really, we just spend 1 to 3 minutes on each of these places in the body. So this is something you guys could do on your own in the morning or the evening. And it's a practice to just become aware of your breath in your body. And breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in and breathing out. So let's take our hands to the belly now and breathe in and out here. And as you breathe in, filling the belly up. And as you breathe out, releasing here. And breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in and breathing out. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. And then take your hands and place them right on top of your pelvis. And we continue this breathing exercise together. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And then take your hands to your sides and breathe here. And last but not least, just place the hands over on the sides. So as you feel ready, just begin to rock your head from side to side, flexing your feet here. And just beginning to feel back into the body as you squeeze and open up the fingers. Eventually, you'll bring the knees to a bent position and you'll roll over onto your side. And then as you feel ready, you'll press your way up and you'll bring your way into a cross-legged seated position. So as we come into a seated cross-legged position, cross legs, you're going to take the hands and bring the hands to the center chest and exhale, release the head on down. And then as you lift the head, gently open the eyes. Namaste. So thank you guys so much. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's class, Integrative Wellness. We had a, kind of movement in the beginning and then some groundwork and then some Reiki. So I hope you guys enjoyed that type of practice. My name is Jason Gorenstein. This is our Integrative Wellness class. Not sure, Simon, if you're still watching, but hopefully you're enjoying this practice as well. Yes, hope that you have a great day. And thank you guys so much. I really hope that you're having a phenomenal day as well. Once again, this is our Integrative Wellness class. Today is July the 2nd. The next class, is going to be, I believe, yes, tomorrow. Thank you, Gail. Friday. So our next class is going to be Friday, July the 3rd. And have a phenomenal evening, guys. Amazing to see you, Madonna. Have a wonderful evening. Gail, as always, it's a pleasure. You and Dan have a great evening. I look forward to seeing both of you again tomorrow. Everyone have a wonderful evening. Madonna, you as well. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.